Time for ffchamps.com on Football Nation. Time for your injury updates for Week 7. I'm Butch Stearns of the Pulse Network. He's Billy Enright of ffchamps.com. Billy, a lot of intriguing matchups this weekend. One game that maybe people aren't talking about that an injury could affect is the Vikings and the Cardinals, an intriguing game.
Yeah, Butch, both of these teams, young teams in the NFL, both on the rise. Vikings, I think their offense is surprising a lot of people. I think a lot of people knew they had a good defense. Same thing with the Cardinals. They have a good defense, but their offense, I think, is going to start to struggle here the next few weeks, and that's because Kevin Kolb is out with a rib injury. John Skelton will now take over under center for the Arizona Cardinals. We'll see how that affects guys like Larry Fitzgerald.
When it comes to running back and an injury update, you got 3 guys, but the first one, Felix Jones, I want to talk about. I think he's a good example. I, like a lot of people, drafted backup running backs and stuck them on my bench. But as you go through each week, you waiver wire pickup. Last week I was fortunate enough to pick up Alex Green and Vic Ballard. I thought 2 of the hottest waiver wire guys, but I had to drop Felix Jones to do it, and now all of a sudden he's in a prominent role.
Butch, I can't blame you for doing that because up until last week, Felix Jones has done squat all season.
Yeah, tell me about it.
And then what happens? DeMarco Murray goes down with an injury. He's dealing with some kind of sprained toe or sprained foot, but he's week to week right now. He's already been ruled out for Week 7. Dallas Cowboys taking on the Carolina Panthers. So that throws Felix Jones into the spotlight, into the starting lineup. That's why Felix Jones is going to have, I think, what should be a really good week in Week 7. But DeMarco Murray says he's going to come back in Week 8. But we don't believe what the players say. We only want to hear what the team doctors say. And right now they're keeping their lips pretty zipped up.
And 2 other running backs on injury updates, both from the same division, Trent Richardson and Rashard Mendenhall.
Yeah, Richardson's injury, I think, is a little bit minor. He has a rib problem, maybe some bruised ribs. He should be out there for Week 7. Get him into your lineups. And then Rashard Mendenhall, you have to start to worry about this guy. Coming off the torn ACL in 2011, already has an injury in his first game or his second game back in here in 2012. He bruised his Achilles, or he tore his Achilles. No, he didn't tear it, but he ruptured his Achilles, and now he's having some problems running at full speed. So I think what's going to happen with Rashard Mendenhall is the team's going to take a wait-and-see approach. He might be one of those guys that come around on Sunday, you find out that he's active or inactive.
You got 3 wide receiver injury updates for us heading into Week 7, and I would venture to say that one thing in common that all 3 of these guys have is they're extremely frustrating, at least in 2012, because a lot was expected of at least a couple of them. You look at Hakeem Nicks, you look at Pierre Garçon, and you look at Greg Jennings. I mean, Nicks and Jennings, what's up?
These guys are supposed to be 3 top 25 wide receivers heading into the season, and none of them played since Week 2. Hakeem Nicks was in action against the San Francisco 49ers. He has a knee swelling issue, has the foot issue. But the good news about Hakeem Nicks is he practiced for the first time on a Wednesday this year. That's this week, heading into their game against the Washington Redskins. So you can put Nicks into your lineup. He's ready to play. Greg Jennings, on the other hand, they're taking a long time to get him back to 100%. The team doesn't want to rush him back into practice, and they certainly don't want to rush him back into the game until he's 100% ready, and that's just not the case right now. Greg Jennings, that groin injury, I think it's going to linger for the next couple weeks. And the final guy I want to mention is Pierre Garçon. He's another player. He hasn't played since, I think, at 100% since the first quarter of Week 1. He was active in Week 5 where he kind of rolled onto a touchdown, kind of a fluky play. But he admits he cannot run at full speed. Mike Shanahan is really worried about getting him back into action before he's ready. So Pierre Garçon's another guy you have to keep on your bench.
And when it comes to Greg Jennings, to Billy's point, if you, like me, have him on your bench, you might be frustrated, but the Packers are probably thinking, we can afford to keep him on the bench when Aaron Rodgers is throwing 6 touchdown passes. That's your Week 7 injury update. That's ffchamps.com. This is FF Champs on Football Nation.